You're live, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all. It gives me great pleasure to call the Alabama State University Student Affairs Committee to order. President Ross, will you offer our invocation?
Sure. May we bow? Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and thank you for all that you do for each and every one of us. Thank you for your unwavering protection. We ask that you continue to keep your hands on the Alabama State University and come into these proceedings as we do your will. We ask this in your son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Next on our agenda is the establishment of a quorum. President Ross, will you conduct a roll call vote?
Sure.
A roll call,
Chairman,
rather.
Chairman Hudson?
Yes, present.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes,
Trustee
present.
Lumsey? Trustee
Present.
McCord?
Yes.
Trustee Spencer?
Present.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, President Ross. Our next agenda item is the adoption of the agenda.
So move.
Second.
It is a move and properly second that we adopt the agenda. Hearing no questions, roll call vote. President Ross?
Chairman Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Lumsey?
Yes.
Trustee McCord?
Yes.
Trustee Spencer?
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, President Ross. Our next agenda item is the approval of the minutes from January 17th committee meeting.
So moved.
Second.
It is a move and properly second that we approve the minutes from the January 17th committee meeting. Hearing no questions, roll call vote. President Ross?
Chairman Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Lumsey? Trustee McCord?
Yes.
Yes.
Trustee Spencer?
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, President Ross. The Student Affairs Committee has one action item.
You step up, Mr. Owens. What you need?
And that,
Mr. Arrington was trying to see if he can get that
and that item is the admission criteria for our international students, English proficiency requirement.
Are you ready for a motion?
Yes, I am.
I move that we accept a policy allowing Duolingo to be one of our English proficiency exams given to international students.
Second.
It is moving properly second that we adopt the admissions criteria for our international students, English proficiency requirements. Are there any questions or further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. President Ross?
Chairman Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Lumsey? Trustee McCord?
Yes.
Trustee Spencer?
Yes. Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, President Ross. Next on our agenda are our informational items. At this time, the chair recognizes our Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management, Dr. Swoop.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you,
Good afternoon.
Trustee Hudson. Again, we will move forward with our informational items. There will not be an update from the Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. We're going to jump directly into admissions and recruitment, student success units, financial aid, housing and residence life, and last but not least, student development and engagement. So if not trustee, but Dr. Williams.
Thank you, Dr. Swoop. Good morning. Good afternoon to everybody. But Chairman Diller, is good morning to you. Is it still morning there? Okay. And Dr. Ross and all of my colleagues, quick update on our admissions numbers. Right now, of course, things are still tracking up, which we're excited about. Application-wise, we're 26% over last year this time. In terms of admitted students, we have about a 62% increase over last year this time. This time of year, we typically still are receiving new applications right now that typically run between 100 to 150 a week, and leading up up to the fall semester. Last week we did 133 applications and we admitted 68 students. And so we've covered over 200 events in terms of a recruitment team. Summer orientation is the only number that's kind of down right now. We're about 35% down in terms of the students who have actually paid the orientation fee. But fall is extremely up. With 72% for the fall, we got 339 people who have paid the orientation fee, which is again 72% up over the last time this year. Housing, we're like neck and neck. I think when I looked at the numbers last week in terms of housing deposits, we had a total of 314 people who have paid last year. This year at this time, of course, 313 have paid orientation fee. Next slide, Dr. Swoop. Again, in terms of the numbers, again, 15,000 applications is where we are right now. Actually, over 15,000 applications where we are right now. And I can't even think of a time in history we've had that many applications for a semester, and we still got a few months to go. So applications are up 26% over last year this time, but way up when you look at the 5-year cycle. In terms of admitted students, we have over 8,000 admitted right now, which is again a 62% increase over where we were this time last year. And as I indicated earlier, in terms of the number of applications, 133 new applications last week, and then we admitted 68 students over last week. Next slide. And in terms of orientation number, which we've already covered earlier, we do expect that summer number to go up. We're going to do an email campaign to those students who have been admitted for summer to, of course, remind them to register for orientation. So hopefully in the next few weeks or so, we'll be seeing that summer orientation number go up. Next slide, please. And again, the 5-year cycle, what we're certainly encouraged about, we ended spring with about a 7% increase over last spring, which is a good indication for fall and summer, because typically when spring is up, fall and summer are up as well. Based on preliminary numbers right now, summer, we have about a 40% increase over applications over last year this time. In terms of admitted students, we're 135% increase over admitted students for the summer, which again is a good number. Based on preliminaries for fall, again, we had that 22% increase over applications and 62% in terms of students who have been admitted for the fall semester over last year this time. And I think that's my slide.
Okay, and if we don't have any questions for Dr. Williams, we will go directly into our student success units with Dr. Westry. Trustee Hudson. We'll continue. I think he turned his camera off.
That's fine.
Okay.
Good afternoon, President Ross, Board of Trustees and colleagues. I'll give you an update of our overall student success, our enrollment numbers. So as you see there, we are trending up once again when you compare fall 24 on this date with fall 25, we're up by 54%. Summer 24 versus summer 25, we're up by 90%. In the breakdown, again, we see an increase for both the undergraduate students as well as the graduate students. One of our most helpful and efficient tools to get students to register is our EAB Navigate. And that's, again, just a screenshot of the enrollment campaign that I use. I'm able to text students, message students, schedule messaging. But the most important thing that we like about the enrollment campaign and how it is efficient with helping us with enrolling our returning students is it helps us to track enrollment. And not everybody will use the tracker, but majority of the students that we send the campaign, and those are the students who are currently enrolled and also who may not be enrolled in this current semester, but enrolled in the 2 previous semesters. So this goes out to those students on a weekly basis, and we, of course, will continue to do so throughout the summer. But I just wanted to highlight this very important retention and enrollment tool, because it really does prompt students to register in a timely manner, as well as give them important information. An initiative that we're working with the admissions office is our Success Before the Nest. We did the pilot back in 2023, and I'm so proud that we are able to continue it with 2024 with an overwhelming amount of families who are involved in it. And as you see there, it is a 5-month series that we present every second Saturday of the month. And the purpose of Success Before the Nest is to keep our admitted families engaged and provide them with information that they need to help us to enroll them by the fall. It's been very highly successful. We ended up having to cut off registration back in January. But again, those are the topics that we have covered and will continue to cover. In fact, we'll be meeting with our Success Before the Nest families tomorrow covering academic advising. In addition to our gains in enrollment and retention and persistence, I just wanted to highlight the gains in academic performance. And as you see on the table, there are 4 areas that I have highlighted: students' average cumulative GPA, and doing a comparison among 4 cohorts from academic year 23-24 and 24-25, and from our first year cohort, which determines our retention in the fall. And it's also a great indicator of retention in the fall to see the difference in academic performance. As far as our average GPA, you see we had a slight gain in GPA for our overall undergraduate population. But when you look at our first year cohort, again, we're also seeing a gain of those students. Also, average credit completion. That's very important for us to track because, again, that helps to sort of give us some insight on graduation or graduating in a timely manner. And again, we have seen a uptick in the average credit completion with an increase of 6% when you look at the overall undergraduate students. And then again, for our first year cohorts, there has been a 9%. In other words, completing credit hours. The third one is the academic performance. And I truly closely look at those students who fall below the 2.0. The ACES office is dedicated to helping and supporting those students who are at risk. And again, you see that there is a decrease in those students who fall within that category of being at risk. And then finally, and this is more of a concern for financial aid, SAP, making sure that students are completing at least 67% of the coursework attempted. And again, when you look at the 2 different cohorts, the undergraduate cohort versus the first year cohort, again, we're seeing some decreases in those numbers in terms of students with those types of concerns. Other highlights in student success, I'm so very proud to highlight 2 staff members who are part of the student success units. First is Ms. Daria Sankey, who serves as our Director of Accessibility and Veterans Affairs. She has been appointed by our mayor to serve on the Military and Veterans Commission. And that commission is dedicated to supporting our veteran families. And part of her responsibility, of course, is to support those students. So that is truly an example of Communiversity. Also, Ms. Candace Stitchcomb, who is our coordinator of Violence Against Women and Men program. She too has been appointed to be the co-chair of the One Place Justice Domestic Violence Task Force. So these are just examples, again, of how the Student Success Unit step out of our silos or out of our office or off this campus and promote Communiversity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Westry. Dr. Francois?
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Beginning with financial aid. Next slide. In our current year, 24-25, just going to highlight some of the things. We had a total of 8,109 ICERs that was actually entered into our database, our PeopleSoft system. And of course, we were able to make offers to 6,000 888 students, for a total dollar amount that was dispersed to our students, $70 million plus. Next slide. In our current upcoming year, with all of the stuff that's going on 25, 26, we have already downloaded or imported 4,850 ICERs for ICERs that have been completed for students who are interested in Alabama State for the 25-26 aid year. If I did a breakdown, first year students never attended, 2,736 students. First year previously attended, 705. Second year students, 416. Third year, 248. Fourth year, 115. Fifth year, 16. And our graduate students, I believe, is up with 171 students. Those students that are selected for verification is 152. And we've already completed, well, we hadn't completed any, but of course need to be verified by the Department of Ed was only 53. As of 4/7, we have already made initial offers to students of 2,058 students for the 25-26 aid year. Next slide. Departmental update. Everyone wants to know what's really happening with the Department of Education based on the executive order. Can I say it like this? We're not really concerned about it because as of today, we got our allocation for our federal programs. I just received that email about 25 minutes ago. So in light of it all though, you know, like with all schools around the country, we're just going to do what we need to do to keep moving forward until something else happens. Next slide. Yeah, we like animation. We like animation a little bit. Another successful year with an audit update of 0 audit findings for the Office of Financial Aid.
I'm giving an audible clap. I'm sorry, Mr. Hudson.
And the Office of Financial Aid, we returned the SAP process back into the office in 2024, in the fall of 2024. And as we did that, we had 231 students that we moved forward in the enrollment process that were deficient in either quantitative or qualitative process. So that helped with our enrollment for the fall of 24. Work study mixer, once again, we had 485 students for 23-24, 24-25, we had 511 students. We had an increase of the students that were off campus from 23-24, 93 to 127 that were off campus for the current year, giving us an expenditure of what we've already expended for this aid year, $1.2 million of federal assistance to our students who worked. Next slide. Staying in touch. If a student says, Chairman Hudson, that of course they haven't heard from the financial aid office, we have modified the system. And of course, every time we make a change to a student account, be it that we need it's an award that's made or we need some type of documentation from them, they get notification immediately. So again, we're still working toward that because again, we want to make sure that our students are receiving information from us regarding any type of request that we need to help them get through the financial aid process. Next slide. That's my review, update.
Thank you so much. Trustee Hudson, I don't know if we're taking questions after each one or we can wait till the end.
Let's go ahead and go through the presentations and we will entertain questions at the conclusion of each presenter.
Sir. So Dr. Hines, are you ready for residential house or residential life or housing and residence life and international affairs?
Good afternoon, President Ross, Board of Trustee, and colleagues. New student housing application open March 3rd, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is just some of the marketing that we did along with the steps out of housing. Also, returning housing application open April 1st, starting at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. These are the steps. We encourage the students to have a FAFSA on file, although that's not a requirement. It is a requirement that the students are registered for fall 2025, and they do have to pay a $250 non-refundable application fee. Next slide. Our presidential scholars were able to log into the application portal early to select housing early. So that just gives them, the option to go out there a little early to select their housing. And that was just March 4th for a few hours prior to the application opening for all of our general students. Next slide. Right now, where we stand for housing for our first year students, there was an update that I did do. So from Dr. Williams' slide, our first year students, we currently have 449 students that did apply for housing as of yesterday, compared to the 330 students of around this time last year. So that's a 73% increase. As of right now, we are at capacity for our returning students, 1,228 students, and that is flat. So we were at capacity when we opened up the housing application last year. Why it's not showing that we're at 100% just yet is because we're not at capacity, because our first year students still have housing available. So our first year students are able to view the housing application until June 30th or until we reach capacity. And so housing is still available for our athletes, because our athletic housing, that information did go to compliance. So that is housing right now. Next slide. For international affairs, we are very excited. We did get recertification approved for the next 2 years for our F1 students. So we are excited that we are able to still host our F1 students here on the campus of Alabama State University, along with our J1 students that was presented in the last BOT meeting. Next slide. So our current enrollment for our international students, and this is just our F1 numbers. We currently have 125 students, which is a 9% increase from last year, which was 116 students. They represent 46 countries. 24 of our students are on OPT, which means that they are working in their field, but ASU, our office, still manages their record while they are working in their field. So that means that could manage their record for 1 year out, or if they are doing STEM OPT, that could be 2 years out. Next slide. International affairs. National Student Exchange. So we do exchange within the United States. And so we will be hosting one student, Galloway, from the University of Minnesota's Twin Cities. She will be coming fall 2025. We have already started our onboarding with this student, and we are excited to welcome her to Alabama State University this fall. So we are excited about welcoming Galloway from Minnesota to Alabama this fall. And that concludes the presentation for Housing and Residence Life and International Affairs. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hines. We will now move forward with Student Development and Engagement. Dr. Simmons, I need to update her name. Okay, you want to lead into it first before the video starts?
Okay. Well, this February we went to the HBCU Legacy Bowl. This became a annual event for career services where we take 50 students to New Orleans, where they participate in the All-State HBCU Legacy Bowl. And this opportunity, the students are able to go to a career fair put on by Allstate, and they're able to engage with all 27 NFL teams, some NBA teams, and other entities, federal government, and from across the country to compete for opportunities for scholarships, internships, and career opportunities. So we did create a career discovery trip video just to show you guys how that event went. Go ahead, Dr. Swoop. I pray that it works. Oh, okay. This year we were also, we went on a Friday. They asked us to come Friday, where we were able to go to the actual HBCU Legacy game, where we were able to cheer on 2 of Alabama State football players who participated in the game. And these are pictures of our students enjoying that trip, meeting different employers and networking. Right. And our student spotlight at the HBCU Legacy Bowl, it was Miss Asia Weathers. There was a young lady picture next to the video. She received an offer to intern for the Washington Commanders this summer. She was one of many students who completed, and we have several students that are actually interviewing this week from those opportunities. Okay, next, the Career Services participated in the CFA regional meeting, which is part of Home Free USA. We always appreciate Dr. Petty's support with this here. Our CFA scholars went to the meeting, and we did create a video. Just for time's sake, I would just say if you have a chance to review the presentation at your own leisure, you can see the video where our students participated, where they're able to network with other universities there at Stillman College. The Career Services Career Fair this year was a little unique and different. We had the Alabama Power Corporate Takeover from March 25th to 27th, which was a 3-day event. APC Takeover Luncheon was here on campus, where we were able to engage 74 students for an intimate moment of 2 hours with the Alabama Power Leadership the screen switch. Alabama Power Leadership Team, where they're able to talk to the students, tell them more about the company, share their shared experiences and opportunities, and also develop that stronger pipeline with Alabama State and our students to actually get them into Alabama Power and retain that talent that we have here in the state of Alabama. The second night, of course, we had a reception where our leadership met with their leadership, where we could strengthen our actual partnership. And it was a great opportunity that night because a lot of our faculty that did come have already set up opportunities with the Alabama Power leadership team there to have them come into the classroom and also make sure that they understand what is needed in that industry and looking at making sure our students are aware of the skills and capabilities. And finally, we had the career fair where we also had the Alex Trailer activation. Well, at the career fair, we had 537 participants at our career fair for the spring. And for the Alex activation, we had 130 students that went into the Alabama Power Alex Immersive Center, where students are able to look at the different careers through VR technology and actually see what it takes to be a lineman and different things. So it was a great experience. And for the public, because I did a lot of promotion for the public, we had 67 people from the public that was included, but that wasn't included in that number that participated in our career fair. So we were very excited. It was a success. Next slide. Did that one. Next one. I believe that one is the Career Services Community event. I'm not sure if you guys can see the slide. It's moving kind of slow on my computer. Ms. Shelton, our coordinator of career program, participates in the monthly meetings at the Chamber of Commerce MGMU Talent Roundtable to ensure that we stay abreast of employer initiatives and labor market trends in the local area. She also presented on March 11 at the Easter Seer Senior Community Service Employment Program, where she was able to engage 74 participants, because we are always dedicated to make sure that we are giving back to the local community and standing strong with Communiversity. Next slide. With student media, I'm happy to report that our students attended the Southeast Journalism Conference, which was composed of 36 universities and colleges throughout the Southeast. And the students were there for 3 days when they learned the latest trends in journalism, online broadcast, print, and social media. Thus far for this semester, our students have printed, as of March 15th, 8 issues. Well, not printed, they have released 8 issues. The Hornet Tribune has produced 4 podcasts this semester. They have increased their following from a few hundred followers to 1.4 thousand. And the journalism classes are held every Tuesday to enhance and enrich the Hornet Tribune's staff skills. And they also open up those opportunities to the rest of the campus as well. Next slide. The next slide is the student life update. Student life has been very busy, currently busy right now. The first was 100 Men in Suits, a night of empowerment and leadership. We had our esteemed Dr. Francois to assist with our student, Mr. Joshua Davis, with the conference focused on shaping the future through vision and influence, working with the men here on campus. The Women's Empowerment was from March 26th to March 30th, which was a series of inclusive moments with young ladies across the campus, where we partner with Brain, Brand, and Beauty, Black Girls Matter Meetup Brunch, and also having our guest speaker on the League Speaker Series with Dr. Jackie. We just completed our HGA elections, which was a great campaign season, and we just finished the Miss ASU pageant. If you'll go to the next slide, if I can introduce you to your 2025-26 SGA Executive Board. From left to right, we have Aaron McNeil as our secretary, Miracle Green as our treasurer, Joshua Davis as our vice president, and DeJuan Trotman as our president. And the next slide, please. Presenting the 2025-26 Miss Alabama State University in Class Queens. From left to right, we have Anixia Dixon, who is Miss Junior, Miss Sydney Guy, who is Miss Alabama State University, Miss Madison Downs, who is Miss Sophomore, and Miss Maya Moore, who is Miss Senior. Thank you all for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions, the floor is open.
Hudson, if I can, I just want to say thank you to my leadership team for all of their hard work and dedication to the Division of Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. And that concludes our report.
Thank you, Dr. Swoop, and all of the presenters for your very educational and informative information. The chair will entertain any questions or comments at this time.
If I may.
Madam President, then Trustee McCord.
I'll yield to Trustee McCord since I'm not on the committee.
Okay, Trustee McCord, you have the floor.
How kind of you, Madam President. I just wanted to say kudos to this whole department, but especially kudos to Dr. Francois for 0 audit findings. We have been on the board for a while now, and you are literally worth your weight in gold. We appreciate your efforts. We appreciate the hard work, and we understand what it takes to have 0 audit findings. When we say that, when we say there are no audit findings, we're telling the world that you can trust ASU with your money. You can trust ASU with your children, because we will do what is right. And so thank you.
Are there any additional comments? Thank you, Trustee McCord. Madam President.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. First, I just wanted to go back to a slide I think Dr. Williams put up, and maybe it was Dr. Francois, on the number of enrollment that he's received. I'm trying to correlate that, or the money that he's received to draw down. I'm trying to coordinate that with the number of students who's enrolled, to see if there's a difference in those two. And I think I've asked this question for a number of years, because if we have a lot of people applying and getting aid to the institution, I'm trying to see how we can help, especially those of us who've already been certified as recruiters. Thank you, Dr. Williams, to make sure that we are personally contacting those students and saying, hey, you have an interest in enrolling at Alabama State. You have any questions? How can I help you? Because that's sometimes a big difference in those numbers. So if somebody can help me with that, that would be great. But then before I finish, I wanted to give a big kudos to one of Dr. Francois' employees, Miss Kitchens. You know, we receive as board members all sorts of comments, negative, right? So I'd like to report on positive comments right now. Customer service, Dr. Ross, is working in financial aid, because I've had several alumni to mention her by name, to say she goes the extra yard and giving the student the full process. She doesn't just say, go over to this department, but she makes sure that it happened. And that is huge, especially coming from where we were in financial aid. So I just wanted to give her a big shout out, and please let her know that we appreciate customer service like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam President. Are there any additional questions or comments?
Chairman
Oh.
Hudson,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Trustee McKenzie.
thank you so much. Dr. Westry, I want to say thank you for the elevation of the information that you're providing to the board. It speaks to the quality of the students we're reaching and their accomplishment with whatever support we are providing them. But it just helps us know that we are recruiting quality students and they are able to perform and achieve the academic success that we need at Alabama State. So thank you, Dr. Westry, and thank you certainly, Dr. Swoop, for your leadership.
Thank you, Trustee McKenzie. I believe that was it Trustee Spencer?
Yes, I just wanted to say
Trustee
kudos.
Hudson.
Trustee Spencer.
I just want to say kudos to Dr. Swoop and her entire team. And I'm seeing a lot of movement in the Black Belt area with students at ASU, and we're very appreciative of the work that you all are doing.
Thank you. I didn't recognize the next.
Trustee Hudson.
Oh, Trustee Fleming.
Yes. I'm not really sure, Dr. Swoop, if this person works with you or not, but I had a soror come from Huntsville, and she was on the fence about where she wanted her niece to go to school. Would it be Alabama A&M, which I told her no, or better yet, she should be coming to ASU. So she came there and she did a tour, and she told me that this young lady helped her so much, and that they received a warm welcome when they got there. She was asking all sorts of questions about financial aid and all sorts of things. And the person's name, her name is Michaela Brown. I'm not sure if you know who she is, or if she works with you, but they gave her such a glowing recommendation. I wanted to let you know today that they have done a great job in your offices, letting people know that this is a place for them. And as a result of that, I think this young lady will be coming to ASU.
So that's in a minute as well. Thank you, Trustee Fleming. Are there any additional questions or comments?
I did have a comment, Trustee Hudson, to Dr. I'm sorry, not Dr. It's been a long day.
No, man.
It's gonna be soon.
So Trustee Dillard, to your question regarding the reach out, a number of the chapters request information from students in their area that have been admitted. And so we are providing them a list of those students along with email addresses as well as their telephone numbers for them to reach out to those students as, ambassadors from the area. And typically these are the ones that went through the Certified Alumni Recruitment Training. And we're certainly appreciative of that and that energy. And Trustee Fleming, that was one of our students that they mentioned with the tours. We let students lead the tours for the most part because all the basically literature is saying that students want to talk to other students. And so our SOS team, who has been a phenomenal gift to us, has been doing an amazing job on those tours and getting students to buy into Alabama State University.
Well, she did an amazing job and they really did enjoy her.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. Any other questions, comments? I share the same sentiments with this amazing department. Once Dr. Williams and his team get them on campus, they must be taken care of. The students must be taken care of. One of the questions that I ask, and as an educator, do you love students? And it's very evident that each of you love our students and you want what's best for them. And I often say, if their housing is, they have issues with housing, financial aid, they're not going to do well with academics if they don't have activities to attend. So I really appreciate what each of you do for our scholars at at ASU. And I also want to just give kudos to Dr. Swoop for all that she does. And most times we talk after hours and she's still on campus at some activity or in our office. So your hard working efforts are not going unnoticed. Hearing no questions or additional comments, I will entertain a motion for adjournment at the call of the chair.
So move.
I'm waiting on committee members for a second.
Second.
All right, it has been moving properly second that we adjourn at the call of the chair. Hearing no questions, roll call vote. President Ross.
Chairman Hudson.
Yes.
Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Trustee Lumsey.
Yes.
Trustee McCord. Trustee Spencer.
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, President Ross. You all have a great rest of your day, great weekend.
And just before you leave, I know we're done, but I just want to say thank you to everybody, the administration, the board members. This, in my opinion, was one of the committee meetings, having the information, the board chairs running the meeting on time. So that does not go unnoticed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for your love and dedication to the Alabama State University.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Take care. You all be safe.
Okay, bye-bye.
Weekend. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Stay safe.
Have a good one.